Today's class is going to be a deep stretch. You will need a yoga strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a necktie, a sock, a garden hose, anything. So let's get started. We'll come down onto our backs. Start in shavasana. Tuck the hips under, tuck the shoulders under. Great big exhale here. Sigh it out through the mouth. And give yourself a second to fully arrive in the space on the mat. And make a promise to yourself here to finish the class. You've made it to the mat. This class is a holistic process. We want everything, every pose, to get into the body. And when you're ready, grab a hold of that strap. You're going to wrap it around the sole of the right foot and then extend it up towards the ceiling. Important to note here that we're just trying to get a 90-degree angle between the legs. So you're not going over 90 degrees. You can use the strap to kind of pull the toes back towards your face. Make sure that you are keeping the face relaxed and tucking those shoulders behind the back. Left toes, the bottom toes, are still pointing up towards the ceiling. And the head of the femur on the right leg, so the elevated leg, is drilling down towards the earth. Let's take both ends of the strap in the right hand now. Left hand to left hip, open the leg out to the side. Do your best to keep the left hip grounded, so not letting it lift up. Notice if the rib cage is popping up, can you keep the ribs drawn in? And come back through the middle. Both ends of the strap in the left hand now. You're going to take your right thumb to your right hip crease. See if you can lengthen out the side waist and then cross the leg over the body just a touch. So you're still keeping both hips on the ground. But you're just getting into the left leg a little deeper than you normally would without a strap. And then once again, relaxing the face, finding a slow, careful breath. And then remembering too that you're the boss here, so if this feels too intense, you can back it off a little bit. You can bend the knee, decrease the stretch. And then when you're ready, let's release that leg. You're gonna bend your left knee, cross the right leg over, come into your figure four pose. Keep pushing that right knee back. Dropping the hips down. And then just checking here, equal distance between ribs and hips on both sides. Keeping the right foot flexed and pressing the right knee out to the side. From here, keep your legs exactly as they are. Just let them fall over to the left. So you're in a bit of a twist now. Option to use the left knee to almost bulldoze that right foot up closer to the left shoulder. And then you can use that right thumb again to massage into the right hip crease. Just kind of releasing any cramping or tension in that area with the thumb. Keeping yourself in check here. You do have time. You deserve to take care of yourself. You deserve this time on the mat to nourish and love your body. Let's come back to the middle. Draw both the knees into the chest. We're just gonna rock and roll for a second. Make your way up to your seat. And then I'll do this facing you. You can do it facing whatever way you want. You're gonna cross the right leg over top the left. and come into your shoelace pose. So you can take your 2 peace fingers around the big toes. You can either sit up nice and tall, grounding down through the spine or the hip, the tailbone. And you can also work your way forwards. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like, Jodie, there's no way I'll be able to get into that pose ever, you can come into a sukhasana, so cross-legged position, and then just bring that right leg out a little bit further in front of the left leg, and then work your way forwards here. So don't stress, there's always a modification. We can always make it easier, we can always make it harder. There is no standards in yoga. We're just trying to help you get a nice deep stretch. We're helping you feel the best you can in your body. And then work your way back up wherever you have made it to. And then we'll roll back onto our backs. Take the strap again. And we'll do it all again on the left-hand side. Okay, so both hands on the strap, drilling that left hip bone down towards the mat. Relaxing the face, the jaw, and the shoulders. And I know I just said this, but one more time, just trying to sink that left hip, the left femur, lower to the ground. You should feel a slight shift with that cue, a slight maybe increase in the intensity of the stretch. But if you don't, that's okay. It's literally not going to affect your life at all. Let's take the left leg out to the side, right hand to the right hip. Do your best to keep that right glute grounded. Check in with the ribs. Are they popping out forwards? Can you keep them grounded? And when you're ready, come back to the middle. Both ends of the strap in the right hand. Left thumb to the left hip crease. Lengthen out the left side waist and then cross the leg over the body just enough to feel a little stretch. Relaxing the space between the brows. Relaxing the shoulders. And just noticing what a little extension of your exhale can do for the body here. And when you're ready, release that leg. Cross the left leg over the right. Come into your figure 4 pose. Now on the other side, equal distance between ribs and hips on both sides. Tailbone drilling down towards the ground. And keeping the left foot flexed. Left knee pressing out to the side. Just let the legs roll over to the right. Keep both shoulders grounded. So the left knee here is pointing up towards the sky. Once again, option to increase the intensity of this by bulldozing the left foot up with the right knee. And then you can take the left thumb to the left hip crease, massage that area. Just making sure you're doing this with love and appreciation for this body, this house, for the soul. And then when you're ready, back to the middle, rock and roll your way up. You're gonna take shoelace pose on the other side. So this time left leg comes on top, right leg goes on the bottom. And then either sitting up nice and tall, grounding down through the hips, or working your way forwards. Or once again, that third option, if you think I'm absolutely nuts for even suggesting shoelace pose, is just keeping that left leg a touch in front of the right, and then making your way forwards to just kind of start to open the hips. We will do pigeon later in class, But think of this as a little appetizer. And when you're ready, make your way back up. Come into a tabletop position. And from here, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the heart. This is cow. Exhale, press the floor away for cat. Inhale, cow. Lots of emphasis on the shoulders here, noticing them roll down the back. Exhale for cat. When you're ready, return to that neutral spine. You're going to take the left leg out back behind you and then out to the side. So like you're trying to tap your neighbor's mat with your foot. I will move back a little bit so I'm in the frame, but you're trying to get the left foot flat on the mat. Exhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the head and the chest. Exhale, press the floor away. Great. From here, begin to walk those hands forwards. We're going to come into puppy pose. So I'll give you kind of an angled glance at this. So I'm just continuing to lower the chest. You can use blocks here if you need. Just kind of lowering the chin or the forehead down onto the mat. So pressing the hips back here. If this is too intense, option to just walk the hands back in. Maybe you're doing it on your elbows instead and keeping some support through the shoulders. Maybe you're back up on the hands, but you're shifting the weight forwards and back to kind of get into the hips and the inner thighs. And when you're ready, legs come back together. Take the right leg back behind you. And then take it out to the side. From here, drop the belly, roll the shoulders down the spine, lift the heart. Exhale, press the floor away. And then you can take your puppy or one more cat-cow here if it feels good. Worrying less about keeping everything perfectly even and just noticing what the body needs. It's not going to be equal on both sides every time because we rarely use our bodies symmetrically. Once again, picking an option in this pose that is going to feel nice on your body. It is not the same for everyone. And when you're ready, tucking the toes under, taking the hips back. Your first downward facing dog of the practice. Just enjoying a few breaths, a few moments here. Maybe shifting the hips from side to side. Pressing the floor away with the hands. I'm taking about a 1 breath pause in pressing the weight into one heel. So my calves are pretty tight from doing lots of walking. So this is kind of a great antidote, antivenom, if you will. And once you feel about ready to move on with your practice, come into stillness. We'll take 2 breaths in complete stillness. And when you're ready, inhale, lift that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we're going to bend the top knee, look under the left armpit. You're in 3-legged dog. Noticing everything here. Noticing every part of your body, doing a quick scan, feeling what you feel, noticing what you notice, and then looking under that left armpit. See if you can take some circles with the right ankle. And then from here, shift your weight more into your hands. And then continue to twist the hips. Drop the right leg back, come into your wild thing. Lifting the chest here, opening up. Maybe even taking a lion's breath here if you want. So that's just taking the tongue way out of the mouth and doing a great big exhale, kind of like watching a lion yawn. A great release. So much nicer to do it at home on a YouTube video too than in the studio. Back to a high plank, grip with the fingers, shift the weight forwards, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale for downward facing. Good job. From here, lift that left leg up, three-legged. Exhale, you're gonna bend the top knee, look under the right armpit. Take some circles with the ankle. Pressing the floor away here. And then once again, trying to keep the shoulders even. So oftentimes we'll kind of dump into the left shoulder and let the right one sink down. See if you can keep them even, so equal weight distribution between the hands. And from here, so you can shift the weight forwards onto the hands a little more. Drop the left foot behind you, open up into your wild thing. I almost wiped out. Failure is the path to growth. And then when you're ready, make your way back to a high plank. Rock your way through vinyasa. Good job. Couple breaths here. From here, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, three-legged. Shoulders are even still. And then pull forwards, nose to knee. Cheetah. Drop the right foot. Drop the left knee. Hook the thumbs, open the chest, low lunge. Let this feel good. And then from here, you're going to take the right hand behind the back, look for the back of the left leg, and then just reach up with these left fingers. Just really trying to find some opening here. Don't worry about what it looks like. Notice what it feels like. Hands come down, frame the foot, send the hips back. Find your half split. So pulling the right hip crease back. Relax the face, relax the jaw, relax the neck. Front toes are flexed, like a real flex, not a half flex, because real flexing hurts too much. Go all the way. And then bend the knee if you need some help, if you need a little bit of relief. Crawl your way forwards, tuck the back toes under, rise up. We're gonna find a high lunge. From here, you're going to take the left hand forwards, right hand back. So now we're in a twist. Pull that right hip crease back, and then take the same thing we just did on the ground. So right hand finds the back of the left leg, left fingertips reach up and back, find a twist with some opening. Beautiful. From here, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Shift the weight on to the right foot. Float the left toes up, standing split. Don't let the word split get in your head. Drill down through that supporting foot. Do your best to lift from the sole of the foot. So not trying to open the hips too much here. And then from here, tuck the left leg behind the right. Forward fold with a little crissy-crossy action. Breathe. Okay, take that left foot out from behind. Big toes are together, heels are slightly apart. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Deep bend in the knees, roll all the way up to stand. From here, you're going to take your right leg back. Left hand forwards. Dancer pose is next. So turning the hand, reaching for the inside of the back foot, and then reaching forwards with the left hand, kicking back into the right hand. We find dancer pose. From here, as you exhale, begin to make your way down towards the ground. We're looking for sugar cane pose. Take your time. Wobbles are welcome. And then kick into that backhand more, see if you can lift the chest. Oh, yes. Okay, without slingshotting, release that back leg. Drop the right toes on the ground and then travel over to the right toes, skandasana. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight. If you're on the other leg, it literally doesn't matter. Keep breathing. You're doing great. From here, you're going to turn to face the right leg. Roll over onto the side of the front leg. We're in revolve skandasana. So if you know where you're going, go ahead. If you need some help, I will keep talking. So your toes, the right toes, are turning out towards the long edge of the mat. Left hand is on the floor. Right arm is up towards the sky. You're on the outer edge of that right foot. You're also on the outer edge of the back foot. A little bit like you're playing Twister. Keep breathing here. Energy in those top fingers. And then turn all 10 toes towards the top of the mat. Wide leg pyramid pose. Pressing the left heel towards the ground. Right knee can have a touch of a bend in it if you need. Inhale, bend the front knee, lift the chest for a lunge. Exhale, float the hips back, pyramid pose. This time the front toes can peel off the mat. From here, press the front toes down. You're going to hop the back foot in just a little bit. Left hand is going to come to the outer edge of the right foot. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Revolved triangle. Don't let the hand go past the shoulder. And if you can't quite reach the floor, that's okay. You can grab the ankle, you can grab the shin. You're still here. You're still doing it. And release. Let's unwind. Turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. Wide leg forward fold. Equal weight distribution between both the feet. You can bring your fingertips to the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Deep bend in the right knee. Deep bend in the left knee. Deep bend in the right. Deep bend in the left. Crawl your way back to the top of the mat. Step it back, high plank. Work your way through a vinyasa. I will meet you in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg sky high. Exhale, bend the top knee. Look under the right armpit. You can make some circles with the ankle. And then when you're ready, pull forwards, nose to knee. Drop the left foot, drop the back knee. Low lunge, hook the thumbs, open the chest. Pulling the left hip crease back. And when you're ready, you're going to take the left hand behind the back, look for the back of the right leg. Lift with those right fingers. Maybe you're in a bit more of an arch now. Make sure you're pressing into that front heel to activate the glutes. And when you're ready, bring the hands back forwards. Walk the hips back. Take your half split. Pulling the left heel towards the right knee. Actually flexing that front foot. Don't get too concerned if you need to take a little bend in the left knee. It's not inherently better to be more flexible or to be tighter, to be more strong and less bendy. It's just different. You're just working with your own body, working with what you got today. Let's make your way back forwards, tuck those back toes under, come back up, high lunge. Keep pulling the left hip crease back. From here, right hand forward, left hand back. Left hip crease pulls back, and then inhale, find that same arch once again. Beautiful. When you're ready, cartwheel those hands forwards. Float the back toes up, standing split. Trying to lift from the sole of the foot. Don't worry too much about the height of the leg. Don't worry about it being a split or not a split. Just notice that left hamstring. Relax your face, relax your jaw. And be in the moment. Tuck the right leg behind the left. Twisty forward fold. Shift your right forwards onto the toes. Being on the heels is my favorite cheat, and I often find myself doing it. And then unwind the feet here. Come to that forward fold with the big toes together, heels apart. You can just reach for your elbows this time. Let the torso ragdoll over the body. Deep end of the knees, roll all the way up to stand. Little pit stop in our flow here. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. From here, heel toe the feet so they're about hip distance apart. Bend the left knee, drop the left shoulder so it's close to or touching the left knee. From here, turn your gaze up to the right. And we're gonna switch sides. So right knee bends, left knee straightens. And you're trying to tap that right shoulder in the direction of the right knee or onto. And back to the center, release those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Deep end of the knees, roll all the way up to stand. Big exhale because it feels good. And then take the left leg back behind you. Right fingertips reach forwards. This is dancer pose. Reaching the right fingertips forwards, kicking back with that left foot. I'm using the wall for help. And then as you exhale, make your way down towards a sugarcane pose. Still kicking into that back leg and lifting the chest. When you're ready, release the foot. Try not to slingshot it, and then make your way over to that left leg bend. Come into Skandasana. Breathe. And from here, you're going to twist towards the left leg, revolve Skandasana, So once again, if this is new for you, we're on the outer edges of both our feet. Left leg is turned out to the side. You're gonna have to wiggle around here to find a good sweet spot for you. And when you're ready, wide leg pyramid pose. Don't worry about keeping the front knee completely straight, or more so trying to roll the back hip, the right hip down, so it's in line with the left. Drill into that heel, and then find some opening in that left hamstring. Inhale, bend the left knee, lift the chest. Exhale, back to your pyramid, but this time flex the front foot. Awesome, drop those front toes. You're gonna hop the back foot in. Back toes are out on a 45-degree angle. Revolve triangle. Right hand goes on the outer edge of the left foot. Wobbles are welcome. And when you're ready, release. Unwind, wide leg forward fold. In your wide leg forward fold, you can take a slight bend in the knees. You're going to shift the hips over to the right, then back over to the left. Doing this very slowly, very gently, very mindfully. Just kind of noticing how the weight shift affects the stretch you feel, where you feel it. Maybe if one side's more intense than the other. Just getting to know your body. Awesome. From here, you're going to heel toe those feet in, so they're about shoulder distance apart. Drop the hips down. You're in malasana now, the yogi squat. Thumbs come to the center of the chest. Lifting up through the crown of the head. From here, you're going to take the arms, spread them wide. Lean over to your left. You're using that left shoulder to press the left knee out. Come back through the center. Take the other side. Back to the middle. Good job. From here, we're just gonna come back to a downward facing dog. So if you are facing the top of your mat, which you might be, you can just place the hands back, step it back into a high plank. If not, you can wiggle your way into a high plank, take a vinyasa. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. From here, inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. We're gonna bend the top knee, but this time, take some circles with that knee. So just drawing great big circles. And then you can take that in the other direction. So switching ways. This is great for body awareness, but also just kind of moving the hip around. And then when you're ready, right leg comes forwards. Find your pigeon pose and use all the props you need here. So you may need a block under this right hip, just to give yourself a little bit of a boost. And we're gonna crawl the fingers back just a little bit, open the heart. Make sure that back leg, the left leg, is directly behind you. And then you can work your way forwards for a forward fold. A sleeping pigeon, if you will. And we'll be here for a few moments. Do your best not to fidget. to just focus on the breathing. Option to intensify would be to cross the left hand under the right. Then you can take the right hand behind the back to search for the toes. And when you're ready, begin to crawl your way out. You're going to swing that left leg around in front. And you're going to just adjust. Get the right foot on the left inner thigh. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, lean forwards over the left leg. You can use your strap again here around that front foot, or you can use your hands. Walk those hands back in. You're going to pick up your right knee. You want about a 2 fist distance between the foot and the inner thigh. Take the right hand, stretch it in front, drop the thumb down. So internally rotate the hand. And then you're going to take this arm, see if you can bend it all the way around the leg. If this is not working, you can use your handy dandy strap. So right hand comes forwards, internally rotate, bend that arm behind your back, and then you're just going to use your strap and crawl the hands towards one another. And staying here for a few breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, release. Take the right hand behind you, left arm up and over. Use this left elbow to press into that leg, or you can hug this knee in, it's a little gentler. Or if you want a little bit more, you can take this left hand through the window of the leg and reach for the right fingertips or the wrist. And release when you're ready. Cross the feet. Make your way back to a high plank. Take a vinyasa. And make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Whoop. Be mindful of your space. And then take some circles with that knee. And you can take them the other direction too. And then when you're ready, pull forwards. Find your pigeon. Take the fingertips, just wiggle them back a little bit, opening up through the heart for a moment. And then crawl forwards for your sleeping pigeon. Once again, option to thread this right arm through and the left arm behind the back. And when you're ready, begin to make your way out. You can take this right leg around in front. Left foot comes to the left inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Take your janu, sirsasana. Letting this feel good. And when you're ready, you can walk those hands back in. Pick up the left knee. Take that left arm out in front. Internally rotate. And then look for the back hand coming into your marichiyasana. Option to use the strap here, or if you are looking for the wrists, a general rule for yoga, if you're looking to grab your wrist in any bind, grab the one that feels harder. Yoga is hard. Yoga's tough, but so are you. And when you're ready, release. Take the right hand. You can cross that elbow over, sit up nice and tall. You can also give this knee a hug or work your way into a bind. And when you're ready, release that. You can cross the feet. Make your way back into a child's pose. And from your child's pose, we're going to make our way into a diamond frog. So, if you need more cushion under your knees, you can grab some pillows and put them under the knees. You can also take your mat and roll it up like this. And place one knee on it. And do the same thing on the other side. Oof. This is one of those poses that you would never do unless someone told you to do it. So here we are, doing it together. And wherever you are, allow the breathing to normalize. You do not have to keep your chest up. You can put your forehead down on your palms. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Everything is temporary. And begin to make your way out. Nice and slow. Be gentle with yourself here. There is no graceful way to get out of this pose. And then when you're ready, we're going to come down onto our backs for a happy baby. You can take hold of the outer edges of the feet, drop the knees down. Just enjoy a few moments here, maybe rocking from side to side. And maybe taking the legs out so they're straight. You can do this just with gravity, or using the hands on maybe the heels to drop the feet down towards the ground. Happy baby is still an option. You're picking what feels best for your body today. It might be different tomorrow. It might be different yesterday. And when you're ready, release the legs. You can drop them down, and we'll take a shavasana here. You can turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Yes, you have made it. I want you to just slowly take a scan of your entire body, noticing how you're feeling. And when you're ready, I want you to take a second to congratulate yourself for making it through class, for sticking with it. Hard work when you maybe don't feel like it is the ultimate love letter to the body. Deep breaths and taking it easy are quite another love letter to the body. And I hope you had space for both today. When you're ready, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll interlace the fingers overhead. Take a great big stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release it all. One more like that. If you have anything you'd like to release on the mat today, do it with this exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. You can roll your way up to your seat. Nice and slow, no rush. And we'll take one closing breath together. Inhale. And exhale. The highest in me bows to the highest in each and every one of you. Namaste. If you enjoyed class with me today, I would really appreciate if you subscribed, maybe liked, commented, I don't know, whatever you feel is best for you. But I love teaching yoga, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with more of you. So I really appreciate your support. If you liked the class, I'm on Instagram at Escape Roots Yoga, and you can send me a message, an email, anything you want to contact me about all things yoga. So thanks for practicing with me today, and I can't wait to see you again.